Hello, folks, and welcome to week 14 of the class. Can you believe it? Today is April 26, 2021. And this week we get into employment law, which is a very important area of law. So the first part, Module 13, is going to be uh, mostly like what, how do you become an employee? How do you become an independent contractor? What's the difference between those? What rights do employees and companies have around that employment relationship? So setting the table for things like respondent superior liability, people getting hit in the head with a hammer and an Uber, all kind of exciting things like that. And then the second part is employment discrimination law, and we also deal with civil rights, equality, and various kinds of discrimination in the workplace. So this is a really important chapter. A lot of areas of constitutional law as well as statutory law. In particular, we're going to focus on the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which prohibits certain kinds of discrimination at work, as we learned earlier, in public accommodations. So, you may have questions about like, can my employer make me work on Sunday if I go to church on that day? Can, can I be fired because of my race or my gender? Um, what uh, what duties do employees owe people with disabilities in the workplace? So we're going to cover all of that stuff this week, and that'll go into next week as well. So these are two of the most really important chapters, modules in the course, because the number one place that people come into contact with the law is actually in this, larger realm of employment and labor law. And it's really, really good to know what the law is and also know what the law isn't, because there are a lot of misconceptions around it. For instance, I had a student once who said she works at a place where there's a terrible workplace bully, and she complained to HR, and they said, yeah, we've got tons of complaints about this guy, but we can't fire him because he comes to work drunk every day, and alcoholism is a disability. Okay, that is not how the Americans with Disabilities Act works. That's not how disability law works, and that's not how a company should work. And I said, so what happened there? And she said, well, everyone but that guy quit. So a disastrous example of what can happen when you simply don't know the law and just kind of make things up. All right. So learn what the law is. You have a chance to do it here this week. Another really important thing I'm going to ask you guys to do is to fill out the ACE surveys, the student classroom evaluation. I know you're getting bombed with surveys right now, and probably the last thing that you want to do, especially because the weather is nice, is to fill out another survey. But please, if you could do it for me and Professor Dayton, we would really appreciate it. We haven't asked you to do these the last couple of semesters because I know just sort of everything's crazy, and everything is still crazy in a lot of ways. But I will ask. So they opened yesterday. I'm going to send a reminder today asking you to do those if you would. Our department is looking for us to get to about a 75% completion rate. So while it's not as exciting as the NFL draft, which I have in my background, we do get excited when we open those and see the results. And hopefully some of you will have some suggestions on how we can keep improving the class. And if there were things that you really appreciated about the class, things that made life easier or better for you, let us know. We'll keep doing those. If there are things that you didn't like, let us know that too, and we'll consider changing them as well. So we really do read those and take those to heart. So I'll send you guys a link to complete those, and you, I'm sure, got an email on it as well. But you get a lot of emails these days. I know I do too. I was gone for about half a day, and I sat down. I had 66 new emails. Um, Pretty exciting stuff. All right, so we'll keep working on. Next week will be the last uh, week of the course where we have content, and then the week after that, of course, is finals week. So we're almost done. Hang in there, be strong, stay safe, um, get your vaccine if you get a chance to do it, and take care of each other. All right, we'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.